This is our story.
From the bottom of my heart, I praise God.
Hello, I'm Joel Molden, co-founder of Northern Connections Incorporated, a non-profit organization that connects people of different cultures together with the purpose of sharing faith through cultural expressions. After years of praying and fasting, a pastor by the name of Rigariosi and his co-worker, Camarade Bragazar, were clinging on to the hope that was revealed to them in a vision, fighting that it would come to pass. Just at the right time, in the midst of their diminishing hope, there an answer to prayer came to them. In one of the most unlikely sources, nestled in a remote Canadian reserve in northern Manitoba, a First Nations school came out to walk into their destiny. This story of orphans in Rwanda and their school praying for intervention, and how Joey A. Ross School of a Pasquak Cree Nation became part of that solution for their education. It is through our organization that Joey A. Ross School learned of the complexity facing the orphans of Rwanda and its region. It is Northern Connection's goal to break down the barriers that long brought divisions and segregation left by the colonial church in different parts of the world. We strive to bridge the gap of misunderstanding and celebrate the uniqueness of each tribe. We believe that it's through this freedom that nations are restored and unified. Our spirit journey into Rwanda, a country situated in Central East Africa and home to approximately 9 million people. This country suffered the most effective genocide ever documented in our history, and is in the progress of rebuilding. In the spring of 1994, an estimated 1 million+ people lost their lives in a little less than 100 days of pure unleashed racism.
Rwanda, ufite ibiyanga byiza Rwanda, ufite ibisiza Rwanda, ufite parike nziza Rwanda gihugu, engiremo dasemba twamazwa n'uburanga, ekureba ubwiza bwatwo, yewe umuhamiriza umuvuduko Rwanda, yewe biyajisha n'abandi mono.
In the aftermath of this unleashed evil, untold numbers of orphans and widows were left in its wake. Many of these children and widows sought refuge in the rolling hills and swamplands of the country, traumatized beyond comprehension. After months of living in a state of fear, starvation, and in many cases with serious injuries left by their attackers, they began coming out from their place of refuge, being led by men and women of much different spirit. Starvation was inevitable, and the acts of love displayed by these people saved many from death. It is in the recounting of the rescue we wish to share, giving you insight into a world that we seldom think of or even know about. We welcome you to find the spirit journey of your own rights. May you receive a blessing as you witness hope in the heart of this continent and in all its richnesses. We want to introduce you to a few good men, such as Pastor Rigari Osi, also a father of 5 along with his beautiful wife and his partner Camarade. These are the men that had heard the voice of the Spirit challenging them to walk into their destiny.
Agira neza ndamukunda, sindamu
It was shortly after this period that these men, Rigari and Kamrat and others like them, began scouring the countryside, amassing the many scattered orphan children and widows that were yet still in hiding.
Dieu nous a appelés, arrivés tout juste après la guerre. Nous avons été collectés, les orphelins. Il y était beaucoup des orphelins. Beaucoup aussi de veuves. Il y a des orphelins qui n'avaient pas la vie, je dirais, dans la vie sociale. Il manquait les habits, il manquait quoi manger, il manquait là où ils peuvent même rester. Parce que les maisons étaient détruites, ils n'avaient pas leurs parents.
They began assembling small family groups together, comprised of these dispossessed people. Widows who had lost their entire families were being assigned new ones to care for. Youngsters of the age of 12 and younger became parents to nursing infants.
My name is Kamarade. I'm pastor and I'm working here in Rwanda. What I need to talk about is about the connection with Northern Connection and Lehi. Since 1994, it was happening genocide here, and all the country was being destroyed. People were killed, more than 1 million people were killed, only in 3 months. And then even the property, even the animals, the bird were fleeing from the country. So after that, we were in need. The country was in need, especially for 2 things: medical care and education.
We in this generation can scarcely comprehend the magnitude of damage inflicted on these people by the demonic spirit of genocide.
They thought that he had died also.
Other problems began surfacing within these families. AIDS. Many, if not most, of the young girls and women had suffered repeated rapes by their attackers, and many were now infected by the AIDS virus or other sexually transmitted diseases. Many other ailments such as malaria, cholera, were taking their tolls on these families as well. Some found themselves pregnant by their attackers and now had to cope with raising children of their own. Others sought their relief by means of suicide to cope with the atrocities committed into their very depths of their soul, while others lost their minds entirely. Nevertheless, even with the overwhelming circumstances that face these core families, they have shown an incredible resilience to overcome this evil by their richness in faith. What is that? They tell me that's the substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things unseen.